We are live. Live and direct, sir.
Live and direct.
Booyaka shot.
What's good, people? We back.
Back in the fair, back in the building.
Yo, missus. Yeah. Yeah. I guess without further ado, let's get it going. The Candid Corner presents the Blerdification Station with your hosts, Coach Bob, Mr. Lewis, and MG the Great. Welcome.
Yo. That dude far in the building.
And this dude, Mr. Lewis.
Banky bang bang. What's happening, y'all? What's going on, Mr. Lou? How you?
I'm doing good, man. You know, life just been happening. As I said earlier, it's like it's been the case of the Mondays all month. But
Oh my goodness.
here we trying to spread positivity and good cheer and whatnot. So I don't
Spread
know
love.
my drama.
Spread love. Ba-ba-da. Free concert by Mr. Lewis and Coach Five.
Nah, Bobby McFerrin style acapella.
With a tiny desk.
Word. Rozelle and Bobby McFerrin. One night only.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Word.
This delay is throwing me off.
Yo, but it's working with me for some reason. Let me put my headphones on. Let me do that.
But yeah, how y'all doing out there, world? I hope y'all summer is going way better than mine so far.
It's sweaty.
Yeah, it's hot in the mug out here. It's like the devil just spread his butt cheeks and sat his fat ass down.
Ill.
Hey, that's how it feel outside. Just ill, just for no reason.
Fair, because ill. You made me forgot what I was going to research.
Sorry, my descriptions be wild graphic sometimes.
Sometimes you listen. Don't get him tipsy and telling stories. He's vivid. This one. Ooh.
Yeah, y'all lucky I don't drink no more, cause
Wow.
Jay, your brother got some stories. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Trust, he does. It's true. It's damn true. Yeah, man, it's good to be back. Good back. Good to be together again.
Yeah, man.
So this week, I believe you said we was gonna be talking about some video games and things.
Yes, sir. This is the gamer show for all those, you know. Well,
I don't even know what that sound effect was.
Yeah, let me preface it by saying this episode we're going to talk about video games. But for the next upcoming episodes, we're going to cover the whole gaming gamut because, you know, a lot of us, we from the 1900s, so we grew up on video games, board games, card
In
games.
the olden times.
You know what I mean? So we got many types of like games to choose from and too many to list in one episode and discuss. So as I said, you know, one week like this week we're gonna do video games. In another week we might do street games. Then we might do card games. And the next week we might do board games.
Bang. Game.
Yeah. So what's up, Coach File? Let me let you go first, brother.
Don't let me go first, brother. You got 16. I got 10. I tell you what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do for you? For you, I'm gonna give you my top 5 favorite all-time old school arcade games.
All right.
See, we already said 1900, so you go out wherever they go, it's half the room. They're like, what is an arcade game? Well, arcade games in ye olden times is when you had to go to ye old pizza place with ye old stack of quarters and put it in ye merry box.
Yes.
Now, my favorite is, yes, my most favorite is though, most favoriteest of those types of games, ladies and gentlemen, is dum 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 Zaxxon.
Ooh.
Dude, I used to freaking love this game. I spent so many quarters playing Zaxxon, bro. Trying to get to the end. Just trying to. And I actually beat it once. And it was like the most glorious day of like my 12-year-old life or 11. I don't even remember. But I mean, it was such an elation. And then all of a sudden, I stopped seeing the game anymore. And then my next favoriteest, most favorite game from the arcades I started playing. And this one I beat regularly, but it was mad fun to do, and that's Buck Rogers.
Okay.
Man, I used to love this Buck Rogers game. And it's, you look at it now, it is just so 2D, it's ridiculous. It's just so flat level. But then, with my imagination on tilt the way it was, it might as well have been, the Millennium Falcon and stuff. I mean, I was just so in, like, oh my God, oh yeah, I gotta get a pew, pew, pew. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, let me grab the book. So that's those two. Then, okay. Nope, that's the wrong one. Wrong segment. Sorry about that. Centipede.
Ooh, Centipede. Yeah, that was one of my Johns too.
Centipede, bro. Oh my God. Yeah.
And remember the little rolly ball?
Yes. Heck yeah, you had to spin that.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh, dude. Again, so many quarters, so much time. That Joker falling down and them spiders dropping and all of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, and when I beat that game, bro, I was elated.
I bet. Man.
I mean, elated, my brother. Like, yo, the best thing in the world. And so, when they followed it up with, Millipede, I had to eat that one up too.
Right.
I mean, and this one was like Centipede on steroids. And I would spend hours again because it was faster. Everything was faster. The colors would change and bigger. Oh my God. Yo. And so to round out my 5 top arcade, because I'm old, in the 1900s, as Mr. Lewis said. Wow. Popeye.
Ooh. I forgot all about Popeye.
Popeye was like pre-Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It was like Donkey Kong before Donkey Kong. Because once Donkey Kong came out, it took over and Popeye vanished. But this game was balls to the wall, bruh. Oh my God. I had so much fun playing Popeye, man. Dude. The memories. I mean, and again, just me and my quarters and my headphones with BDP and Run DMC in my ears and just and rolling with the roll on the Centipede, man. Oh gosh, good times. What about you, Bouse?
Well, yeah, as you mentioned earlier, I got a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna just read them off with my favorites, and then I'll go with some honorable mentions. I'll start with some joints I played as a
you know what?
kid.
If you got all 16, do 8. We'll go to commercial break. We'll come back and finish your list, and then I'll do my console list.
That'll work too.
Bang bang.
All right, my top 8. Oh, my first 8. Pizza Time from ColecoVision.
Yes.
Yeah, and you remember, now I was probably about 3-4 years old maybe when I first got into gaming, so it was real, it was real basic. But my first favorites were Pizza Time, Pac-Man, Then get a little further along was the Super Mario Brothers, Tecmo Super Bowl, Double Dragon. Now I should mention Mario Brothers, Tecmo Bowl, Double Dragon. They were on the original Nintendo NES system.
Because they all actually came from ColecoVision.
Mm-hmm. And then jumping to Sega Genesis, Altered Beast. I used to play that game.
Wow, Altered Beast.
It was another arcade classic as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I always kind of wish they would have like made a modern RPG version of that.
Ooh.
Then of course,
Somebody might steal that idea.
yeah,
Who came up with it first, y'all? So
yeah, man. So y'all heard it right here on the Blerdification Station. Can't nobody bite my ideas.
bang.
But then the final two, of course, are like original, like Super Nintendo classics that became staples later on. Madden football, which pretty much destroyed the entire Tecmo franchise,
Yes.
and NBA Live.
Okay.
And this, which has evolved from, you know, like the what was it, Bulls versus Lakers, and Lakers versus Celtics series.
Okay. Yes. Those. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
my
with
top
you.
8, man. Yeah.
Bang. All right, y'all. We'll be right back with more Blerdification. I'm gonna work on that, but that was fun. And we are back.
Yeah.
Yo, Clubber Lang, man. Yo, that fight gonna be fun. That fight gonna be serious. Drago's back. Oh.
Drago gonna get drugged. I don't know.
Yo,
Dad joke of the evening.
It's all gravy. All right. So of my console games, and I don't know if I even got all the ones that's on my list. I was supposed to, but I think I stopped mid-cycle. But of course, you said Madden. Madden's definitely on my list.
Right on.
You know what I mean? That game is just fun. Freaking fun.
Yeah, man.
You know, I mean, even though the iterations don't necessarily change by much, I don't care. It's still fun. You know, I enjoy the gameplay. I just do.
Word.
Oh, what was you gonna say, brother?
I was gonna say, for all those critics who claim that the game hasn't changed in 20 plus years, make a better one.
Challenge the establishment. Oh, shut up. No. All right. So since that's a relatively, well, even though it started off years ago, it's an old game, but it's still live right now. So to me, that's still a new game. I'm going to bounce from a new game to an old game. And it's like one of my favorite fighting games on Genesis, yo.
Yo.
I've played this as every character, and at the end, they all have this really different or interesting, dramatic end for their souls. These are literally eternal champions. They're already dead, and their souls are fighting for survival. It was so cool. And that wizard in the background is literally the inspiration for my tattoo.
Ah, okay.
You've seen it, so you know the mysterious sorcerer.
You got it.
Yes, you were actually. And so, yeah, it came from, I saw the dude on the book, and it reminded me of this guy up here. I was like, yo, all right. That's how much I like that game. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
So those two, okay. So then it's a toss-up for me between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. You know what I mean? I really got into both.
Yeah.
I might have got into Street Fighter a bit more.
Yeah.
But I mean, original Mortal Kombat on Sega had my freaking heart.
Yeah,
Yo, that game was so cold blooded, man. I mean, just fun, fun, fun. So then
absolutely.
for Genesis
Oh,
was, yes, NBA Jam, the
oh my
real deal.
God! How could I forget that one?
He's eating up. He's on fire. Oh my god.
Yo,
Yo, come on, man.
yo,
That game was
yo.
so much, damn it, fun, bro. Oh my
That
goodness.
that game will probably be second or third to the amount of time I spent in the arcade next to Street Fighter 2 and
So I'm
Samurai
saying,
Showdown.
oh, Samurai Showdown. Okay, okay. Good one, good one. So my last one on the top, I guess, and then I'll get to my honorable mentions later.
Okay.
2K, NBA 2K.
Oh, absolutely.
For the last 10, maybe, yeah, about the last 10 years, I've spent an absurd amount of times. Especially, it's, yo, I got the dumbest gaming story about me and 2K that you'll ever want to hear, bro. It's the stupidest freaking story.
What?
I mean, I lunched on this game. I really, really freaking did. I think it had to be like '07, maybe '06.
Mm-hmm.
The '06 version, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it, and I was playing it on the 2. And I didn't understand it nor like it because it was like I couldn't save the games.
Mm.
And no matter what, I couldn't find where to save the games. I couldn't find so. And then one day, like months and months and months and months and months, I'm talking like almost a year later, months later. My boy Pompey was like, he just moved the freaking button and it was like right there, and I was like, get the hell out of here.
Mm.
This whole time I could have just did that and been saving his games.
Lord.
Are you serious? Because it was like every time I turn it on, I got to start the season from the first game.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was like, this is some nonsense. I didn't necessarily realize I was Boo Boo the Fool.
Man.
But you know me, and when we was rocking, I was not playing video games at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I got out of the army and settled down and all that, that's when I started playing video games. So I was a novice while everybody else my age was like college level. You know, they was professors with this stuff, and I'm just now discovering it.
True. True.
So it took me forever, and then I was just so bad at 2K that it was just frustrating. I was just bad at it. You know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't just the team because as you know, you can beat with any team.
Yeah.
So it's just I was just terrible at it. But then I got good. I got decent, and then I got pretty good. And then all of a sudden I'm paying attention to the storylines in my career joint. And then once, me and stories, once I got into my career, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
It was a wrap. That was
Yeah,
easy.
man.
That's easy money for them. I don't even like it no more, and I'm gonna get it like in next month because of the new my career. I want to see what that storyline is about.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, it's like they bringing Jordan back too. I'm like,
See, that's the stuff. I don't care about that. That's nice. I'm a Knicks
I-
fan. Yeah, I know, and that's fair for all the fans that's excited. And I might even do a montage about it. But for me, I was just like, Jordan, yeah. I'm not even gonna probably play in that section. I'm gonna play association in my career, but I want to know what that my career is like.
what I'm most excited about is that he's on the game, so it may be easier to make a my player that plays a lot like him.
But that's fair.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Because that's pretty much all I do. I get on, and then I always tell myself each year I'm only gonna make one player, and I'm gonna stick with him through his whole career. And then by the end, I got like 6 or 7 different players.
All going halfway through their first career.
Yeah, a couple of them. Now this year the storyline was so interesting that I actually finished like 2, 3 careers, or actually seasons, I should say.
Oh, there you go. Okay, or 2, 3 guys first season.
Yeah, and it feels like a whole career because I do 12-minute quarters. So
Okay. I do 9 minutes, so I'm with you. You more of a marathon man than I am.
Yeah, I try to get my guys to 99 as fast as possible.
My son be messing with that thing, creating all kinds of superhuman beings, and be beating the game like 230 to like 27.
Let's see,
I don't do that, but
I
I'm
still like
always
this.
amazed. Yeah, I like reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like a little competition at least.
Right, right. And he be like, you know what the competition is? How many steals I can get? How many assists I can get? He showed me a stat line. The dude scored like 110 points, had like 50 assists, 30 steals. I was like, what is this?
Wow.
17 blocks.
Okay.
And like 27 rebounds.
Yeah.
And he was the point guard.
Jeez.
Dude, he got like a 7'8" center that can shoot threes.
Yeah, it sounds like them dudes I'll be playing with online that be pissing me off.
For real.
Had me writing 2K, be like, see, this is why I don't even play online. Cause these dudes, these punks be on here, they be bullshitting, these bullshit players, they be talking shit to me.
And they're 12.
Yo, for real, it just be like, you know what? Let me get my
like,
old ass off of these sticks.
Yeah, and they're like Amir's age, and they're whooping our tail with these superhuman beings, because, you know what I mean? To them, it's not about playing a realistic game of basketball. It's about playing the most unrealistic, fun game you could possibly play.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at the logic. I just can't do that. I don't.
Yeah, no.
I get mad when I'm just outright beating
bored
you by 30 points. Right? If I'm beating you by 30, I'm already blown.
Yeah. It's like, let's end this.
Right. Like, let's, but at the same time, in the same very breath, if it's down by like 3, or if they're even up by like 5 somehow in the fourth quarter, now I'm tense. And I'm like, where was that 30-point game at?
Yeah.
Where I'm down? Why these guys got to be so hard all of a sudden?
True.
Oh, restart, bitch.
Yeah, for real. I will quit. I'm like,
but see, I learned the difference. You don't quit. You close game. Because if you close game, when you go back in, you can restart and properly go back in and try again. If you quit, they'll bring you back in the same spot where you quit at.
Yep.
And so if you're down by 30, you still down by 30 when you go back in the game.
Yep.
I ain't quitting. No quitting save out this piece. No thank you. Close game.
Yeah, for real.
I just start the whole journey. Control Alt Delete? Yes. Damn. Ja Morant. You ain't gonna dunk on me again like that, Ja Morant.
Picture me losing to the CPU. Shit.
For real. Like, I don't get 5 turnovers. This is some bullshit. This is the computer fault. This is
I'm in foul trouble already.
Yep. Computer fault.
But yeah, y'all know how it go. All the 2K players, y'all know.
Y'all know. And if y'all acting like y'all don't, y'all lying.
For real.
So what's on the next to your list, my brother?
The other ones, back on the PS1 joint, Rival Schools 2 Tag Team.
You brought that up from the last show.
Yeah, I was gonna say MG brought that up, and he brought up the original. I didn't play the original, but Part 2 Tag Team is what I got put on to. Shout out to Sean Mack and Kenny Denmark.
Black
T. Williams. Yeah, we used to sit back and play them for hours and hours.
Where was I at while y'all was playing the Oh, wait, this is probably before I moved into the barracks.
Well, this is when we were in Fort Hood. And
after Korea. Okay. Yeah, because Ashanti went with y'all there too. That's true.
Yeah, so we used to play that joint for hours, and it was just mesmerizing.
I thought Denmark went to Fort Gordon with Magic, though.
Well, he did after he re-enlisted.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm old. My memory is not what it used to be. Don't worry about it. But this old Army Times, NCIS stuff, don't worry about it. It's ComSec anyway. Y'all shouldn't even be hearing it.
Exactly. But moving along.
Hit it.
we jump back to the arcades and the Super NESs and Genesises of them all.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2, and Mortal Kombat, just like Coach Fa mentioned. And yeah, I mean, we discussed that. We chopped it, broke it down, picked it up, and all of that. You know what I mean?
Sideways.
Yeah. One of my favorite game sound effects to this day, though, is from Mortal Kombat. I believe it's 2, when they used to do the powerful uppercut. You had a little guy slide in from the side and go, woo-hee. You know, I can't go as high
as he did. Yes.
To this day, that to me, that is more popular and more iconic than Flawless Victory. You know what I mean?
Fair. I'm sorry. Get over here is still.
Yeah. Scorpion's always gonna be
And then from that other one, Tiger Uppercut.
Sagat.
Yes, yeah. I'm always going Tiger Uppercut.
Or even Dalsim, Yoga Punch,
Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire,
Yoga Flame. Yo, I still, if I like something a lot, sometimes I might call that joint Yoga Flame.
Yo, you know what? I'm with you.
But yeah, yo, and then we keep it moving to the other joints like Tekken.
See, Tekken is up there with me, but it's not. It's not Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, unfortunately. And then with the 3D kind of still as smooth as it was with the Taekwondo and the Capoeira moves, it still felt a little bulky.
Yeah, well, yeah. Some of the characters, like if you didn't know all the moves, you were gonna be trash. But for those that did know, like, it was a great thing to see. I remember watching Kamali in Korea just destroy people.
Yeah. He was wicked with it. He was.
Yeah, shout out K. But yeah, I was a big fan of Tekken. I have to say that I did, like it, but I think I played Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat so much that eventually it just got played out to me. So I just wanted to find other fighter games that were just as good, to reignite my spark into fighting games. And during that time, it was that one. Another one on my list, SmackDown, and the first UFC games that started emerging in the PS2.
Yo, those WWE games, what kind of fire?
Yeah, and Grand Theft Auto. And I remember Grand Theft Auto, I had a roommate when I was stationed in Fort Hood, and still stayed on the barracks, and he was like an introvert like me, but a real shut-in. Like, he really didn't go nowhere on his time off. He would literally be on his draws on the internet. And this is the late 90s. This is back when what we doing now wasn't cool. Wasn't many people doing that. You know what I mean? Kids doing that, like, yeah, I'm a nerd, but it's like, yo, you a dork if you like. That's all you do. You know what I mean? So yeah. And
he slow down, Wardy. There's a difference.
Yeah, like, and I can go on with stories with things that, like, this guy was doing things on the computer like at least a decade before it became common practice, like dating and all of that. You know what I mean?
Illegal.
Huh. Hey. I'm sure it wasn't illegal because he was CID.
Well, cops is the best ones to cover their own stuff up, though. It's just...
Hey, I didn't go into detail with him on that stuff.
I'm assuming like, you gotta have fun, though. No.
Shit. Yeah, fun without being implicated in crimes. But yeah, he would tell me about this game he was playing all the time where he was just running around just doing anything, cussing, shooting people, stealing their cars, beating them up. You know what I mean? Running from cops, shooting at cop cars. I'm like, this game sounds illegal. And it's called Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, I feel like, am I being set up, bro? You CID? You trying to
get me in trouble?
Yeah, you trying to set me up, fool. But he wasn't lying. He was like, yo, it's coming out to regular gaming systems in like a year or two, and no bullshit. About a year later, the first one came out on PS1, and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow.
San Andreas is still the best one to me. It's like playing Boys in the Hood.
Cracking me up over here, bro. I feel you, though. I feel you.
But yeah, then I'm gonna bring it to my last two, which I still play to this day, NBA 2K22, which we just mentioned, of course. And I started that playing that on the Dreamcast when it was just regular 2K with Iverson on the cover. I played
Wow.
the first couple ones, even when Dreamcast went out of business and Sony bought the 2K franchises from them. They
Right.
had NFL 2K as well. Um, and so, yeah, I played it, and then it fell off for me for years, basketball games in general. Then I picked up NBA Live again, but then it played out to me again because, yeah, like I don't know, it just became too complicated just to do a dunk, you know what I mean? Down,
Right.
up,
Right.
YA to do a 360. It's like, come on, man, just what? And so for years I fell off, and then my little brother, he put me back onto the 2K joints around 14 or 15, the one where Michael B. Jordan was a character in the My Career mode.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and I've been back on it ever since, because I was wowed by the upgrades and the updates. Like, yeah, like when I checked out of it, they didn't have My Career mode. So yeah, that was the
Right.
first year I became aware of it. And I was like, oh wow, yeah. So I've been on ever since. And my final one, this is the whole Assassin's Creed series.
I knew you was gonna say that. Either that or God of War.
Yeah, well, see, I don't have a PlayStation, so yeah, my son could probably tell you more about that game. But yeah, the whole Assassin's Creed series is my joint. Like, yeah, to this day, I still got Valhalla on my joint now. Just bought it for my little cousin as a present for getting good grades and graduating middle school and whatnot. So
Nice.
yeah, and what I like about it is the nerd in me. I mean, it's like you get to learn like random historic facts. It's like playing a history lesson, even though the stories are embellished to add to the
Of course.
assassin saga. It's like you still learn a lot of wild facts that you probably would have never known unless you took a course specific type class in college.
Fair.
And then what? That's all I got as my favorites. And then I guess we'll take another break and we'll jump into the honorable mentions.
Bang bang. Give me 1 second, my friend. I'm just doing a little bit on the background because I wanted to actually bring up a couple of things after the honorable mentions. So I'm gonna just give you a little clue as to what I'm talking about.
All right. Oh, wow. The Jaguar. I forgot all about the Jaguar.
See, you see where I'm going. You see where I'm
Yeah.
going. We'll be right back after this. There's another
Yeah.
versus commercial rules. So check this one out. Hood College versus.
Yo, the commercial is hilarious. You can't help but see some of the stills and was like the one John seemed like she was saying, "Come to ICDC and see these titties."
You might learn something, but you gonna learn something.
You gonna learn female anatomy, if anything. Damn it.
And I mean, who was the dude with the ashy lips looking like, yo, Squeegee?
Yo, and who was the dude with the two beaties in his cap and the Bluetooth? Like,
That's what
yo,
I'm
come to this
saying.
joint. My daughter go here. Looking like Slink Johnson. I was like, yo, is that Black Jesus?
Oh my god. Verses, man, get wilder and wilder every year, bro. Every year. All right, so Big Blue's gonna hit you with his honorable mentions, and then we gonna talk console wars. Bow, bow, bow.
All right. All right. My honorable mentions would be, as I mentioned earlier, UFC. Matter of fact, I just got back into it. I downloaded UFC 4, and once again, they seem to have retooled the whole thing to where you ain't catching calluses and wrist injuries just trying to get off one fight. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So yeah, I dig that. I'm gonna go way back to like the late 80s, early 90s with Contra 1 and 2.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
One of the OG like cheat codes.
Yes. Very, very OG.
Another one that my pop used to kick my ass at all the time. Bases Loaded 2. And the only time I came close to beating him, he tried to act like, oh, something wrong with the Nintendo. I got to restart it. I had to blow the cartridge. Something wrong with it.
Oh, the old blow the cartridge. Oh, it's stuck.
Yeah.
It ain't stuck. You just not moving.
He
I
was
can
like,
tell you not moving. I know the difference. No, it's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck because you refuse to lose to your 13-year-old son. That's why. But yeah, hey, it's all love.
Yes.
Then the Donkey Kong, of course.
Of course. Gotta have that.
Then I go to my joints that my homeboys like Campos and Wilson put me on to.
You said Campos. Oh man.
Yeah. Mario Kart. Oh, I can't forget Burton either. Shout out Burton. Mario Kart and 007. They were both on
GoldenEye.
Yeah, man. I think they were both on GameCube, right? Was it NES GameCube? Or was it?
I don't remember. It was it was GameCube. It was GameCube.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah, there was the big box.
All right, we're gonna get to those in a minute. I keep messing with y'all. We're gonna get to those in a minute.
Then another way back, John. Qbert.
I just wrote that down on my paper.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right.
Then I mentioned way back in earlier episode, Samurai Showdown. The arcade joint.
Yo, Samurai Showdown actually was wild fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I like when they
I
like when they did the whole Capcom mashup and added those characters.
Yes. Only game I couldn't stand was Ninja Gaiden because you had to get all them damn stars, and I was just Shinobi.
Yeah, Shinobi.
That's Shinobi, yes.
Yeah.
Shinobi got on nerves because you got to get the cheat code to get all the unlimited freaking stars, or you're a dead person. You're not winning that game with the 20 stars they give you.
Yo, yes, honorable mention. Speaking of Shinobi and Kung Fu games, Kung Fu, which was low key supposed to be like Bruce Lee's Game of Death.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, which was on regular NES, the original. And then my final two would be Dynasty Warriors, which I became aware of in the PS2 era.
Yes.
The only reason why it fell off is because they literally just kept recreating the same stories with just different graphics.
Right.
But it was a very dope game. You could play it for hours and hours.
Okay.
And then my final one is another one my brother put me on to. I knew it was out when the Xbox 360 originally came out, but it didn't really catch my interest. But then he put me on to it, and it was like, oh, yo, I've been sleeping. So I thought it was just, I was like, man, what is this fake ass GTA? But Saints Row is official.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Saints Row. Okay. There you go. That came out in the era of the Max Paynes and those other joints around that time. All right.
And I forgot which one it is. It's one like 2 or 3 sequels back. And it had like cheat codes and unlocks where you can pretty much play anything you want. You could be a transformer. You could dress up like Neo and fly through the
Oh
whole joint.
wow,
It was just
cool,
crazy,
cool,
man. Yeah, yo,
cool.
love that joint. But
All
yeah, that's all I
right,
got for honorable mentions, brother.
very good. Now let's just go through some of the histories of some of these wonderful consoles that we've played these fantabulous games on.
Okay.
Let's start. I guess if we're gonna start, we gotta start at the beginning.
Hmm.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the first gaming system actually freaking looked like. An
Yes.
Atari 2600 with the paddle and the red button. This thing tore up the inside of your daggone hand. Like where is it? This?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes. Can't even get that cool wood paneling.
Oh, you need that. You need that. You need that. That Brady Bunch era.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went from that to the sleek design of the
Yeah.
5200.
Yeah, man. Think you thought you was official.
Yo, if you had a 5200, you was official.
Yeah. He was like, you spoiled, ain't
Oh, you got that good money.
you?
And then, ladies and gentlemen, the predecessor to the Nintendo
Yeah, man.
ColecoVision.
That's what I
See the
used to play.
paddles?
That's what I used to play my burger time on.
Burger time, pizza time, all the time. And this is where you used to play your Donkey Kong and your Popeye and all those games because those were from that brand.
Yes, and the original Mario Brothers.
Yeah, yes, sir. That's why this is the first Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave you Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Zupa.
This is where Sonic and you know Super Mario Kart and all of that. And its main competition was my favorite, Sega Genesis.
Yep, that's where I spent hours playing Sonic and Altered Beast.
Yes, sir. And where I was
Oh,
playing Eternal Champions and everything.
there was another game too. I forgot the name of it, but took place, medieval times where you could be the barbarian, or you could be the witch. I mean, the enchantress, or you can be the axe wielding dwarf. I forgot the name of it, but it was a pretty good
Man, that
game.
sounded hot. Then after those, Atari tried to come back
Hmm.
with the Jaguar and the Lynx.
Yeah.
But they didn't go,
Yeah.
unfortunately. They kind of went nowhere. And then
Yes. Not yeah. And
Dreamcast.
I
And
actually
then that
bought
didn't go
that.
nowhere.
It's like when this came out, I remember them, and then the PS2 was supposed to come out not too long after it, but then the PS2 got pushed back, and I got tired of waiting, so I bought a Dreamcast just to tie the time over
Wow.
until it came out. And yeah, to me, the only games that were worth playing on there were in the 2K series, NBA, NFL, because the other ones they were just they had no depth. They were all just like arcade type games.
Right. All right. See, now we got to get to the next one. I had forgotten one, so I had to go and snatch it, but I
All
found
right.
it again. I'm about to blow your head clean open with these next two, Mr. Lewis.
Okay. Oh.
Who had the Neo Geo?
I
And who had Turbo Graphics?
Yes. I know those at home, they probably laughing at themselves and thinking about how they got clowned by their friends and how they
Not
got
at
yelled at.
first. When those first games came out for Turbo Graphics, and then everybody's like, "Oh, you got Turbo Graphics." Then a couple months later, you got Turbo Graphics.
Yeah, where I was at, the places I was at, like, oh, yo, you want to get laughed out of school, bring them joints up.
Wow. So then we also have the GameCube that we spoke of,
Mm.
and then
The 64 is what I couldn't remember. It was the 64 we played 007 and Mario Kart on.
bang. Then these started coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, and once again, like, I was a PlayStation head, but when the 360 and the PS3 were supposed to come out, and then PS3 just wouldn't come down on that price. And at the time, I was trying to rebuild, restart, so I couldn't afford what they was asking. So, and the Xbox 360 was like, "You got that sale, homie?" So I was like, "Hey, I'm there." But that's the OG right there.
Bang bang.
That was like
$100. Let's go.
that was one of my favorite console in the military.
But this is actually my favorite.
Yeah.
PS2. Good old fashioned PS. PS3 is the same as Neo Geo and Turbo Graphics and all that. PS3, they was like, we don't really care too much about y'all. So, what? F the car you rode in on.
They was like that angry.
We're not going to get this shit no games.
Take it. Shit. That's it was
pretty much. She was like, "Here, have this." Hold on, because I'm not quite done yet. I am not quite done yet.
Okay.
Because in the marvelous talking of the Nintendo, I neglected. Oh snap! Actually. Well, y'all look at take a look at this again for a second. Enjoy it. Because me and my best friend Eric, he had that one. I had the Atari, and we had so much fun on that daggone ColecoVision. And plus, I'm putting it back up there for the young people because they don't believe that these things existed in life. Because look at them.
Yeah, and I know a couple years back, I'd say probably at least 5 years back, the Dollar General here started reselling some of the old consoles like the Ataris and the original Nintendos, and they even started selling like little mini arcade like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and stuff like that.
I've been seeing those. But we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Wii systems.
Oh, we can't forget the Wii.
And Wii U was the PS3, was the Turbo Graphics, because it was cool. My son loved it, but then they stopped making games for it. And the Wii was better, but then when they did Switch, it was just like, oh yeah, that's what we want to do.
Okay. I'll tell you, Xbox came out with basically a version of a Wii type, version. Oh, I hated it. It barely ever worked.
What was it called?
I forgot the name of it. But I know that modern day paranormal researchers have used the technology from that camera that came with that system to use it to catch, paranormal activity.
Wow.
It's called an SLS camera in paranormal.
And that would have been a great segue, but I forgot to give y'all this.
Ooh.
Game Boy and Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy is still the king of the handhelds. Yeah, Game Boy for sure. I played so much Tetris on that joint.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Tetris. Big things are gone.
Oh, I want to mention a couple of those failed, some of the most highly anticipated, then most hated gaming accessories. The NES Power Pad and the Game Glove.
Game glove, that Power Glove was yeah. Yeah, that was an isosceles triangle in a rectangular square. Like
it's like nobody really thought this through, did y'all?
Not at all. It don't do nothing.
And it takes away one of my hands.
I can't win.
And hell, the power pad gonna stop working on you in 2 weeks, so then you got to start using your hands.
Yeah, just stop. Just stop. The Nintendo pistol was cool though.
Yeah,
for duck hunt and stuff.
Yeah.
The original Red Dead revolver. Good times. And I was like the rated R game where you had to get your parents to buy the gun and all that. Yeah, good times.
Just reminded me about Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, I forgot all about that. To add that to the honorable mentions. Yeah.
All right. I think my son got that game. I don't play it, but
It was pretty dope.
all right. So that was mad fun.
Basically, it's like GTA in the Wild West.
Fair. So all right. PC Spy Hunter. What up, MG the Great on standby? What's happening, Captain? All right. So you know what, Pickle?
What's good, man?
Let's get to it, man.
Alrighty.
Let me cue up your music.
Y'all see it, right?
As a person.
Yes. But it's not, though.
That was a for real deal ghost we just saw?
Yes, that is touted in the paranormal community as one of the most clear captures of a full-bodied apparition.
A full-bodied apparition.
Yes, this took place in England. As you see, it's the Hampton Court Palace. They said nobody there of that, and during that time, nobody dressed like that. Nobody was in there. That's an abandoned part of the palace. But during the time of his dress, that's like, he looks like a monk of that era, around the 1300s, from what they say. And yeah, they say that's one of the most successful paranormal captures of all time. And that's what's crazy, is that the full-bodied apparitions, they look real. And of course, these are former people that used to be alive, so of course they move and act like a human. So sometimes it's hard, and I mean, that's become a new thing in the paranormal community as well, where folks are discussing about seeing people they thought were solid living beings that turned out to be ghosts later on. So yeah, the paranormal community is wide open, vast, it's complicated. It's understandable why there are a lot of critics, but I would challenge those critics to go to some of those places that are considered the most haunted in the country and discover the evidence and see the experiences, and you too will see that there's some things you just can't explain. Because even after all the years of me doing investigations and finding evidence, I still approach it from a skeptical and scientific standpoint. And there are still things I question that happened that I still just cannot explain. Like, I'll just use one example. When we did the Eastern State Penitentiary tour in Philadelphia, I went into the first cell I saw. I pulled out my voice recorder. This is, you can say at the time, this is before cell phones and all that had regular recorders. You know, and I didn't have my smartphone yet. And I, like an idiot, invited this apparition to use my energy to try to communicate with me. And me, like a fool, thinking like, oh, I've seen this on the shows, I know this is not going to work. Immediately, I felt lightheaded. My knees began to buckle. I got nauseous and sweaty, and almost fell to my knees. And I walked out of the cell because I thought I was going to throw up. So I was going to try to walk outside before I vomit inside the cell. And I immediately felt better. And needless to say, I didn't go back in there. And yeah, and part of me is just like, man, I probably just had a moment of just queasiness or something. And it's just like, nah, bro, something happened there that I can't explain. Now, I didn't get any EVPs either. But yeah, that's my paranormal clip of the week.
Do you see I ain't moved not once, right? And you've seen the phrase pop up every so often. That's me, because I'm listening to him, and when he say, every time he says something, I'm like, nope, not me, nope.
Yeah, needless to say, I learned my lesson that day. I'm never doing that again. And I have not since.
Good man, good man. Keep your needs and your energies to yourself. My goodness. Man, what a heck of a show, man. Good show this week.
Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed yourselves, y'all.
Yeah, MG, we'll see you next week, man. He always got, he has these games, and listen, you can't knock anybody for making any money. Yeah,
life happens, yo. And y'all see inflation and gas prices crazy out here.
Yo, for real. Yeah, my face, exactly. I was like, you know what I mean? Excuse me? You nope. Not me. Go to where? Do what to who? Nope.
Hey, and stay tuned for weeks to come because I finally found like some of the evidence I recorded in my phone years ago from former ghost investigations from back when I used to host ghost tours in Gettysburg. So we'll be showing those in the upcoming weeks as well.
Bang, bang, bang. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. That dude,
That dude, Mr. Lewis, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We'll be back next week.
And that dude, MG, will be here too, probably.
Yes. But go to the site, look at previous episodes, go to the YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, go to blerdfs@gmail.com if you have any questions for us.
I said do it.
That's
do it now.
And as I always say, peace and love. Until next week, we out.
We out.
The Candid Corner presents the Blerdification Station with your hosts, Coach Bob, Mr. Lewis, and MG the Great. Welcome.